take some time if you wanted. Couldn't find the phone. I guess I got that summer. You said I could be alright if you could rewrite my life. And I said it won't faze me, but I reckon I may have been wrong.
It is 7:15 in the PM, and I have a lot to do. I just finished reviewing a screenplay, providing feedback for someone who might be a potential mentor for me for a class that I'm taking that's more centered around film, and that was a lot of fun. His screenplay was really great, and I enjoyed it a lot. I have a project for AP Statistics due on the 5th of October, which is Monday. It's a Starbucks project. I haven't started yet. Don't worry. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. I am editing a virtual choir video with 42 people in it, which is fun. Synchronization sounds pretty easy, but when everyone claps at different times, it's tricky. I'm also editing a short film right now that is due on the 8th of October, which is like next Wednesday, so I'm doing great. But more urgently, more pressingly, I have to return the books my English teacher lent me to her tomorrow. Now, I did reach out and offer to bring them back early, but still, the fact remains that they need to be returned tomorrow, and I'm currently a little more than halfway through one of those books, and I'm really enjoying it and desperately want to finish it before the night is out, before morning comes when I have to part ways with it forever. That book is The Bluest by Toni Morrison. The writing in itself is absolutely stunning and incredibly engaging, and I just really am enjoying this book. This will also be my 100th book when I finish it of the year 2020. So I thought that today I would just kind of do a quiet evening time fall vlog of reading my 100th book, finishing it before I return it to my English teacher, and then providing a bit of a review on it, because this is such an important piece of literature, and I genuinely think it's something that everyone should read at some point in their life. Really quick, I want to show you my Doctor Who bookmark. My friend Austin made it for me. Thank you, Austin. He's very talented. Alright, let's go read this book.
I should let this go. I could be your water instead. I put on my coat. I could hear you stalling away. You said, is it alright to feel like I do at all? Ooh. Got caught up in the skyline, and the words just okay. I'm wrong. Just called to let you know this all is getting old, and I could be your water instead. Let me get my head aligned. Can my life be worth it all? Bend my arm, I won't be far at
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, my sweetie heart. How are you today?
I am good, thank you. How are you? The Bluest by Toni Morrison. Here is the house. It is green and white. It has a red door. It is very pretty. Here is the family. Mother, father, Dick, and Jane live in the green and white house. They are very happy. See Jane. She has a red dress. She wants to play. Who will play with Jane? See the cat. It goes meow, meow. Come and play. Come and play with Jane. The kitten will not play. See Mother. Mother is very nice. Mother, will you play with Jane? Mother laughs. Laugh, Mother, laugh. See Father. He is big and strong. Father, will you play with Jane? Father is smiling. Smile, Father, smile. See the dog. Bow wow goes the dog. Do you want to play with Jane? See the dog run. Run, dog, run. Look, look. Here comes a friend. The friend will play with Jane. They will play a good game. Play, Jane, play. I finished The Bluest Eye. I finished. I think I need to kind of gather my thoughts about it. So, I'll see you all tomorrow, and I'll do a brief review of the book, an analysis to the best of my ability, because obviously due to my incredibly privileged position in life, I can't understand or fully comprehend everything in the book, but I'll give it my best shot because it's such oh my goodness, it was stunning. It was incredibly moving, and it's a book I think everyone should read, but we'll get more into that tomorrow. It's about 10:45, and I have school tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow to talk about the book, and we'll make caramel apples or something just to kind of lighten the mood a little bit, because that book was a lot. It was a lot, but you should read it. You should read it at some point, please. And with that, I will say goodnight, and I will see you tomorrow.
Lo importante aquí de más de 4,000 palabras españolas son de origen.
When you're out till you're looking.
Thank you.
To know what you leave. Don't you like when you're fleeing? Well, I like to hear keys. Only hold till your coffee warm. But don't hurry your speed. Once a time, put a time in your ear on the beach, and your clutch clean heat.
Okay, hello. I just got back from school. It was a decent day. My class was less quarantined. There were more people actually at school today, which I hope is good, because hopefully that means people are going to less parties and being safe, responsible citizens. So today, we are making caramel apples. Caramel apples, one of the two. And I'm really looking forward to it. I've never done it before, but they're a treat. They're festive. I thought it would be a good time. Before we do that, though, I really wanted to talk to you all about the book that I finished last night, which was, of course, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. This was my 100th book of the year, and definitely one of the most impactful and moving books I have read so far this year. The novel takes place in, I believe it's pronounced Lorain, Ohio, which actually happens to be Toni Morrison's hometown, and it follows our true main character, whose name is Piccola Breedlove. Piccola is growing up during the Depression. She has a really difficult home life, and she considers herself to be incredibly ugly because that's the rhetoric she's been surrounded by her entire life. Because she's been told her entire life that she's ugly and that her ugliness correlates with her race, she wishes desperately to have not only blue eyes, but the bluest eyes. And she thinks that kind of this symbol of whiteness will wash away all of the ugliness and pain that she's been exposed to and victim of her entire life. Something really interesting about this book is it doesn't follow a particularly linear timeline or plot. It is narrated by a young girl named Claudia in different stages of her life, and essentially she's telling both her own story and also how her story intersects with Piccola's. I didn't know much about this book to start off with. This was actually my first Toni Morrison novel, and I do want to read her novels in order because I love doing that. I love seeing how authors change their style and progress their methods of storytelling throughout their careers. But this is a book that used to be taught at my school, and that is why my English teacher gave it to me, to show me that there used to be diversity in our curriculum. We've regressed so much, but this year hopefully it's getting a little better. The reason they took this book out of schools, and specifically my school, is because it deals with a lot of heavy topics. These topics include racism, colorism, child molestation, incest, things like that. And I reject the notion. That that's too much for high schoolers to manage because these are things that we know about and talk about in our normal lives. But topics like that, maybe not those particular topics, are constantly circulating high school hallways, where there's something we're exposed to all the time. And I feel like this is our parents and our teachers not trusting us to understand material or to evaluate it with a critical mind. But I'm really excited because I genuinely feel like my generation, Gen Z, has a ton of people who are just so willing to make the world a better place. And I think there are people who are interested in and intrigued by critical thinking and want to learn to think for themselves and want to push the boundaries, and that's wonderful. So that's my little pitch for why this book should still be taught in schools. Alas, it's not. Luckily, I was able to access it through my school anyway. As I mentioned previously, the Bluest Eyes plot is really interesting in its structure. It's primarily composed of flashbacks, and it really evaluates the lives of not only Piccola, but also of her family, particularly her mother and father, Pauline and Charlie. Something that I found really impactful was the jumping between Piccola's story and her parents' stories, because I felt that through those two different perspectives, we were exposed to the idea that through institutionalized and systematic oppression, including racism, classism, sexism, etc., people develop generational trauma. I'm going to read for you now a little bit about Morrison's intentions for the book and the themes behind it from handy-dandy Wikipedia. When asked about her motivations for writing The Bluest Eye in an interview, Morrison claimed that she wanted to remind readers how hurtful racism is, and that people are apologetic about the fact that their skin is so dark. Morrison elaborated that she wanted to speak on behalf of those who didn't catch that they were beautiful right away. She was deeply concerned about the feelings of ugliness. As seen throughout The Bluest Eye, this idea of ugliness is conveyed through a variety of characters. For example, Piccola, the main character, wishes for blue eyes as a way to escape the oppression that results from her having dark skin. Through Piccola's characterization, Morrison seeks to demonstrate the negative impact racism can have on one's self-confidence and worth. As she concluded in her interview, she wanted people to understand what it was like to be treated that way. And then this is a quote that I think is really important, and this is Morrison commenting on her motivations to write the novel, so here's the quote. "I felt compelled to write this, mostly because, in the 1960s, Black male authors published powerful, aggressive, revolutionary fiction or nonfiction, and they had positive, racially uplifting rhetoric with them that were stimulating, and I thought they would skip over something, and I thought no one would remember that it wasn't always beautiful." This is, of course, fiction, but these lives feel so real and so intimate and so complex and nuanced, and I loved that approach. Ultimately, while I understand and fully accept that I'll never be able to comprehend every aspect of this novel because of my privileged position in life, it's something I can empathize with. It's something that did speak to me in some way in its themes of ugliness and what it means to be a female. It's a book that I deeply feel that everyone should read. I think it's a debut. I mean, that was her first novel. And that in itself is baffling because it's really genuinely one of the best books I've read in my entire life, and it was 100% a 5-star on Goodreads, and I loved it. And you should read it. Please read it, and I'd love to know what you think about it. With that all said, I hope you pick up The Bluest Eye, and let's go make some caramel apples before the sun goes down, because it's autumn time and the sun goes down early now, which is fine, but like not ideal, you know? Not ideal.
I left my heart in old Paris. Through the window I could see her love, her heart, her fate mixed with destiny. I passed a boy in old Berlin. He had an awful selfless way to grin. I hope this ain't happening. I came across a stranger's face. I've never felt so out of place. My heart belongs to you. I don't even know your name.
I suppose you spend all night in the pumpkin patch. And the great pumpkin never showed up?
Nope.
Well, don't take it too hard, Linus. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, too.
Stupid? What do you mean, stupid? Just wait till next year, Charlie Brown. You'll see. Next year at this same time, I'll find a pumpkin patch that is real sincere. And I'll sit in that pumpkin patch until the great pumpkin appears.